Today we welcome chart-topping Texas country music artist Jake Bush. Hey Jake, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for joining us today. So we're here to talk about some of your music, new music. Talk about Good Time Machine. Let's talk about that one.
Yeah, some friends of mine in Nashville wrote this one. Dan Alley, Brett Shiroki, and Dan Hudson wrote this one. Um, I love it a lot. As soon as I heard the demo, it just sounded like sounded like a no-brainer for me, straight from the '90s. And I think a lot of people are craving that honky tonk, just good time feel. So it was a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, thank you for bringing back, that. It's like we're missing that here in country music land, right?
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Very good. And Sue, who did you have performing on it? Other musicians? I always like to ask about that too.
I'm working with a new producer out of Nashville. He's not new, but I'm newly working with him. His name is Phil O'Donnell. He's produced Drew Parker and Dylan Carmichael and Craig Morgan and Ronnie Dunn. The list goes on. He's incredible and great guy. But we had Troy Lancaster play electric guitar on this track. Russ Paul played steel. Jimmy Carter played bass. Sean Richardson played acoustic. Evan Hutchings played the drums. Aubrey Haney played the fiddle. Michael Rojas played the keys. And I don't know if I'm missing anything else. I think that's about all of it. And then Trey Keller did the harmonies. So stacked band, super stacked band.
And I hear that you have some other news to share with us today.
I do, yeah. Just released a brand new song today called "Somewhere Better to Be." And that's a whole nother spiel of musicians that played on that. Some of them are the same, but Janae Fleener played fiddle. She's awesome. Mike Johnson played the steel guitar, which is one of my heroes. And then Jimmy Lee Sloas played bass. And yeah, it's just unreal seeing those guys at work, especially with one of my songs.
Oh yeah, and having the steel guitar, that's the best. Just don't we don't hear that anymore. We need it back.
I agree. I agree. I'm scared to see country music in 30 or 40 years, because that's a dying instrument. I feel like there's not a lot of people that are playing them.
Yeah, then so do you tour around a lot there in Texas, and how far north, south, east, west do you go?
I do. I'm pretty based out of Texas right now. I'd say it's probably 80-20, 80% Texas, 20% outside of Texas.
Yeah.
I'm playing a lot in Oklahoma. We got some shows coming in Colorado. I just played in Pennsylvania. I'll be in California for a couple days, Iowa, Nebraska, and Kansas. So we're trying to get around. Anywhere God's going to let me go is where we're going. So
Have you been able to tour abroad to any other countries?
I have. I went to Europe last year. I played in Saint Agrève, France, for Equiblues Music Fest. It's the biggest rodeo in France.
Wow, they have rodeos in France, huh?
You would not believe it. Yes.
I love that. That's kind of
And they
cool.
all they all wear cowboy hats and they cook hamburgers and French fries. It's pretty awesome.
French French fries, huh?
Yeah, no. Well, I guess it's just fries over there, but
Oh my goodness. So I was going to ask from you, Army veteran?
yeah, I'm an Army vet, a couple generations deep.
Oh, well, thank you for all the service that you
Of
give
course.
to us. We greatly appreciate it. Well, let's go back to the Somewhere Better to Be. Was it written by you or someone else?
No, this is actually another Dan Alley song. Dan wrote this with Greg Bates and Tim Nichols, two hit songwriters. Dan is a great friend of mine, and I've been recording his songs for years. I think he's just one of those top secrets that's in Nashville waiting to be discovered. He's a part of a band called Old Hickory. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're a new
Yeah.
trio that's really doing a great job. So yeah, great songwriters.
So tell us a little history of this song. How did it come to you? How did you hear it? What did you think about it?
So Dan, every few months when I'm shopping songs for the album, because I'm also writing them too. I write
Okay.
close to 150 songs a year and tour. So if I'm not cutting them, someone's cutting them, and then I like to shop outside stuff, especially get you a different flavor. But he sent me this song with just him and an acoustic guitar, and at the point I got it, I had just gotten married, and now here I am coming up on 3 years of sobriety from alcohol, the
Oh,
song just kind of, it's almost like he wrote my life where I'm at right now. I thought, again, it was a no brainer. And to see Phil bring it to life with a full band from an acoustic track is pretty special.
wow. Well, congratulations on getting married, sobriety, all that. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. So, when did you discover your voice and when you started writing? When did all that happen?
So I taught myself how to play the guitar starting around 13.
Cool.
My dad bought me a cheap little pawn shop guitar, and um, I would sing in my room. Years before that, I didn't know how to play guitar, so I would just sing to my phone and I would send it to people. But I didn't start singing until I was about 18. I sang the talent show at my high school and joined the army, and then sang the cadences when we would exercise, and I just fell in love with it. And about 21, 22, I jumped off full time into music. So crazy how it all worked, but here I am.
Yeah, well, it's something that you love. Do you have a mentor that that got you to where you are today?
I don't know if I've had a mentor. I have had a lot of people have impressions on me. When I was growing up, I had a friend whose dad every week would open his garage and just play the guitar. I mean, it was like
Oh,
blues and rock and roll. And I think that's where I got the bug. I think I got the bug from there. And yeah, I don't know. I remember the way it made me feel. And that's what I feel like that's what I wanted to do for other people is let them feel that.
so what do you have on your bucket list? Like, where do you want to play that you haven't been able to?
I have a manifest board in my office that I have the
Oh,
Grand Ole Opry as number one. So that's my goal. I went to the Opry to see my buddy Josh Ward do his debut,
oh.
and I'm pretty superstitious, but I love Josh, so I wanted to go and support my buddy. But yeah, it's Grand Ole Opry. I think is my number one right now. I'd love to play Red Rocks. I've
Oh,
already
yes.
played Green Hall down here in Texas, but I'd love to do it again. And I mean, I'll play anywhere they let me. I'll do it at least once. So,
That's a great answer. How about your heroes? You got some country music heroes?
oh yeah, man, Cody Johnson, Chris Cagle, Mark Wills,
Oh,
the late Daryl Singletary is one of my biggest heroes, probably of all time. Keith Whitley, Lori Morgan. I
oh
mean,
my
I
God.
could I could talk all
You'll
day,
be
you know.
all day, right? And I hear you. So, who would you like to do a duet with?
I just did one with Lori. I
You
did
did?
one with Lori last year. Yeah, I did an old Keith Whitley song as a tribute to Keith. Lori was awesome, but I don't know. I would love to do a duet with anybody. More importantly, I'd love to just meet. I think Reba McEntire. She's one of my favorites. So
It was great to see her at the Super Bowl, wasn't it?
yeah, it
Representing.
was. Country's coming back, man.
Oh my God. And from Chris Stapleton to her. And then I loved that she had,
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was her father's belt buckle she was wearing. I think I
Mm,
read, that she had there. And here she sang that when she was a youngster, at the rodeo. And
yep,
that's like a full circle there for her. So it's
it is.
amazing. So hopefully in a few years we'll have you open up and do that at the Super Bowl, right?
Come on, come on. I'll do anything once.
Well, that's really great. So you said you're going to go on tour, and you said California. Well, like where here in California, would you come?
So I'll be in Lakehead, California.
Hmm, not sure where that one
Um,
is.
it's right on Lake Shasta.
Okay. Oh, Merle Haggard
Yeah, so
territory out there.
I play there in June
Oh,
during the
okay.
summer. So I'm super excited to see the lake and feel. I've
Oh.
never even been to California,
Oh,
so
you haven't? Oh boy, wait till
mhm.
you get here. Hopefully the ground won't be shaking too much when you show up. We've been having a lot
Yeah,
of that going on here.
yeah. Well, I ain't no stranger to it. Texas has its own faults, so I love it.
Oh my gosh. So what is a day like for you?
These days, if I'm not on the road touring, I usually get up when my wife gets up, and I go straight to the gym and get my mind right, and then I come home and I start writing songs. I write songs every week. Try to do it multiple days a week, but it's not always working like that. So I usually just try to bide my time, knock out as much business stuff as I can, getting stuff scheduled and posts and getting some gigs and contracts done. But and then I spend time with my wife. That's about how my life goes.
So like if you're out and about and you hear a conversation or you see something, does that make you inspire you to write a song about something you heard or saw and then you write on a napkin
Yeah.
like they say? How does that work for you as a songwriter?
Uh, Man, I always tell people be careful what you say around songwriters because we'll steal it and we'll use it. And that's usually I'm the king of eavesdropping. Even on accident, I'll just hear someone because people are really unique without meaning to, and they'll say cool ways to say things. And yeah, for instance, I wrote a song a couple weeks ago called "I'd Love To." We were in Nashville, and a friend of mine, Terry Joe Box, had said this guy walked in. She said, "Oh, I don't love him, but I'd like to." And so I put it in my notes and came home and we wrote it that next week and just kind of did some wordsmith where we pulled what she said and put our own thing on it. But that's as easy. That's how easy it comes. I mean, it's the song itself is really hard to write. I mean, it's a muscle and it's an exercise, but yeah, I love it. That's where I get my thrill. So,
Well, that's good. Great answer. How about social media? How can our viewers find you out there?
so I have a website, jakebusofficial.com. That has everything you need. There's like some links that you can click, take you straight to our Facebook, our Instagram, X, and all of our TikTok and all that stuff. But it's just Jake Bush Official across the board.
Very good. So, are you a social media person yourself?
I try to be. It's hard. It's really hard writing songs and touring and recording the songs and booking the gigs and having a life and doing it. But I'm okay at it. I'm getting better at it.
Good. So, when can we expect some extra music from you?
So I'm going to be releasing a song every month this
Oh,
year.
nice.
So this one just dropped today, and then I have a really special one dropping on Good Friday, March 29th. It's a song called "God and Good News," and I think that the world needs that. And I'm really, really excited to put that. I get chills when I talk about it because I feel so strongly about it. And, but yeah, that one drops Good Friday, and I was gonna release it earlier, but what better day than Good Friday to put some good in the world?
Oh my gosh, can't wait to hear it, and maybe we'll have you back on to talk about it because that sounds
Oh
like an
yeah,
amazing song. So
yeah.
look forward to that. So you have any parting words for us today?
Man, just thanks for the support. And if anybody listens, never heard of me, I hope they come and find the rest of my music because we have a lot of stuff just hiding out here. So I'm just thankful for the opportunity.
We appreciate you. Thank you for being here, and we will be talking to you hopefully in the next month or so.
Yep, let's do it.
Thank you for joining us today.